J. Okay, I gotta turn the sound up on my headphones. Oh yeah, he's telling us about the sword. He's telling us how he made the white and black sword.
I need to go find out what that is.
No! I don't think you realize how important this is to me.
Fine. When I worked as a mercenary, I was once hired by a man with a similar sword. He was a very strange man, and the sword itself was just as strange. But one thing my younger self noticed was that this sword was incredible.
Hector, maybe? That would be interesting if he got hired by Hector.
Its abilities as a weapon. I saw as it clashed that it bit deep into metal, iron, steel, bronze. It didn't matter. The man didn't have the muscle to swing such a thing so hard, and yet on that battlefield he was like a demon.
Nope. Not Hector.
Never seen a man so fat be so frightening. I asked him after how he made the sword, and he told me. The iron he used was drawn from the blood of a Grey Mage. You would need hundreds of men to get such an amount, so I assumed he meant that blood must be mixed into the steel. Sure enough, years later, when a town paid me quite well to deal with a suspected Grey Mage hiding in their midst, I paid a journeyman blacksmith to make me such a weapon from a corpse and his finest steel.
But I don't recall him ever talking about being in any battles.
If that's not you doing your frightful magic, I suspect that there is actually an event going on.
Mama, tell me more about it.
I would think the students.
The students are the least of our concerns. I need to know about this man. What was his name?
He was Leland. Never gave a last name.
Not Hector.
Round as an orange with arms like spindly spider limbs. He didn't look like he had the strength to carry his own girth, but he did. His eyes were olive green, and he seemed to struggle with even the most basic social interaction. But he paid well, and I didn't ask many questions.
Good Lord! Good Lord, it's true. There's a freelancer here on this planet. And, good God, all the connections make sense now. I don't even know where I need to be right now. I need to go.
Is Leland the, half-elf? Was that the half-elves that we met in the bar? I can't remember.
Do you know what that was about?
Because yes, that name sounds familiar. I don't know. We'll just have to figure that out later.
by the Second Mother.
Interesting.
What you got? I'm starting to wonder why the kobolds were even scared of you.
Your arrogance and ineptitude are truly awe-inspiring.
Huh?
What?
Who the heck is this guy?
Did you really think that you were winning against me? Maybe if I had been one of those idiot changeling knights, but I am so very much more.
I'm gonna turn down the music.
I can't even believe I hesitated in killing you. Well, I suppose that...
Aww, Primus. Probably. That or maybe a son.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The part where you die.
Linda ain't dying.
You piece of trash! Goddess damned golem! I'll break you! I'll show you what a monster is!
Right. Right? Like, damn.
What? Why isn't it working? It couldn't be. It couldn't. But humans aren't capable of key manipulation. The core is lost to us.
Don't look at me, I don't know.
Golly, Belinda, you became a badass.
I guess he can't recover from that.
I am glad to see you have studied well. It appears your opponent was a warlock. I could not have helped.
Is it over? Did we get all the bad guys?
However, you must continue to maintain your focus. Key manipulation has side effects very similar to mana burnout.
I'm gonna go nap now.
Nap nap.
You know you're going to have to reimburse the shopkeep for this.
Pet project number 2.
I'm number 2? Are you serious? Belinda is number 1?
Well, when you compare training.
Don't. You caught me by surprise last time.
And you were quick to return the favor.
I won't let you hurt me or my friends anymore.
You can't beat me. None of you can. All you have is a room full of liabilities.
I won't know for sure until I try.
I know I wasn't much help last time, but I believe I might be able to assist this time.
No time for questions, but he's right.
Well, damn, Ash. Yeah, we gotta be closing in to the end soon.
information. But I had only sensed the potential in Ash and Belinda. To think there was another. There is something special about this world indeed. He's asking you out. I think. I can't actually read minds.
Well, I suppose we'll both have some free time, now that I don't have to worry about guarding anyone from a Golem assassin. Do we need to find a healer? Oh, do we need to stay?
I have this. I would prefer if you put some distance between this place before students begin to ask what that was. That's the truth.
I happen to know this wonderfully peaceful little spot where we can waste some time together.
Waste some time together.
Still no sign of the real Ogland or Swan? I'm not... That's fine. Thank you.
The thaumaturge is awake!
She has recovered more quickly than the siren.
Is Priamos okay?
Priamos is fine. Incredibly, you're probably the least harmed from this whole mess.
Right, wink wink.
Save for perhaps Croc, who didn't even get in the proper fight.
Is everyone alright?
Elena is missing, as are Swan and Ogland. But we have your brother tracking them down right now.
Oh, thank the goddess. I'm so not ready for another fight.
You shouldn't need to worry about that. Not anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, it'll be a few more days before we finish treating the Spire for flight.
Hey, it wasn't me who said it. It was him.
I don't think the distinction really matters.
That's still so confusing about the He's still there. I don't know where he's going. They're not showing him.
No, but we can confuse them.
Oh, my hip just popped.
Well, if they're as tough as that woman, I'm not too worried. Okay, that was a bit of a lie.
Do you need anything, Thaumaturge?
I think, unless you need me, I'm just going to lay here for a little while.
Have you ever heard the term, too much of a good thing?
I have.
Well, what you did, Miss Ashmar, is too much of a very, very bad thing.
Just... let's keep looking through the rubble. I want to make sure he didn't survive.
It's not really rubble, it's more...
What on earth did Ash do? Right?
Ash? Dust? Dirt?
I'd say the closest comparison would be to dirt. It's like 1,000 years of decay passed in an instant. I imagine it makes excellent planting soil.
You're going to need to see an actual magician. Your bones need to be properly set before you can heal them, unless you want them healed all wrong.
How fortunate it is that we have a talented one only a week's hard ride from here. That'll be a wonderful experience.
Ash, do you need to sit down?
Huh? No, I'm fine.
You're such a liar.
I think this may be the first time in Miss Ashmar's life that she's used anything more than a tiny fraction of her own mana.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just a little more tired than I realized.
Right?
Look, me and Hector have this if you need to sit down with Zachariah.
There is wisdom in knowing when not to move.
I think you're just lazy.
There is also wisdom in knowing when not to speak.
I was hoping perhaps you would
Norville.
each take the time to describe the magics you performed. Many of those things I have no record of, and I would greatly appreciate information. Especially that marvelous sword, and that green explosion.
The sword was a shield construction. That alone is a rather advanced shielding technique, but it's nothing so arcane as to be alien to any mage. The fire was pure frippery. I recently started using fire, and I thought it would look scarier.
I, for one, thought the pageantry was highly appropriate.
Right.
As far as that green, that was barely a spell at all. That was just a very basic decay spell. Generally, we call it age. Master necromancers have been known to use it to age wine, even do minor tissue damage. Never really seen anyone with the spare firepower to disintegrate an entire building.
I think you're over-exaggerating a little.
I'm not, truly. I hesitate to even say something, but that power of yours, girl, that's not something a normal mage could possess. You're sure neither of your parents was a mage?
I suppose, given what we know now, it's possible either of them was a mage without knowing. But at the same time, I can't imagine either practicing magic, even on accident. My mother was a maid, my father a simple soldier. Neither ever did anything that I can look back on now and see as a feat of magic.
Still, it's hard to dismiss the evidence. Power like yours doesn't come from nowhere.
Maybe you're adopted.
How dare you?
Bad thing to say. Oh, that would be funny if she did. I know it's a terrible thing to say.
Hey, it's nothing to be offended by.
Exactly. I was adopted by my stepfather. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And perhaps it's true. It would certainly explain your abilities.
Could we not talk about this? Both of my parents are dead, as is the only other woman who may have any idea to if that ridiculous notion was true or not. Even if you were right and I am adopted, which, by the way, is crazy because I look like my mother, then we will never be able to know. So drop it, please.
Ash, it's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It doesn't matter who your parents are. I mean, really? Do you know who my dad is?
How do you always know what to say? Well, I mean, I barely knew my father, but I look absolutely nothing like him.
You know, funny you should mention that. I look nothing like my father.
I haven't even had a chance to ask how well you're doing, Tara.
Well, you've had a chance. I imagine you just hadn't thought to do so.
Kitty has claws.
You know, seems like they're standing in front of where the building was. So, I mean, unless he just decided to run like hell or fly or who knows what. I don't know.
I'm fine. Better than fine.
Even though...
He was my father only in the most perverted of senses. He gave me my magic, and that's all he was to me. Okay, well, maybe he was a little more than that. But to be honest, if I'm anything, I'm happy he's dead. And if that bothers you...
Me too. That monster can rot in hell for all I care. Still, death can be hard to deal with.
I've been around death. I've killed before. I'm old.
You're not half as old as me, no matter what you say. And you both look so good for your ages. Tell me, what do you use to moisturize?
You do know you never explained to me why you look so young. It's creepy.
Maybe there'll be a part 3 or an addition to the game, and that's when we'll fully fight him.
What is this place? The head secret library of evil?
That would make sense.
Gah!
Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
Ow!
Indeed. That hurt us both. Please be more careful.
Love rail?
Yes. Hello?
I had a thought. Right.
Is she all right?
She's not here.
She's taking a nap.
You've been out for quite a while.
Is she all right?
The thaumaturge is fine.
Better than you, in fact. You sustained a fracture in your leg.
You will have to wait for the thaumaturge to recover before she will be able to heal it, though.
Which will make your leaving difficult.
It's more than a leg injury keeping me here, you know. You had my goggles?
Since the day you, arrived.
In our defense, I found them without knowing they were yours.
But once I realized they were yours, I did fail to return them.
Emperor lenses are such a treasure. It was hard to part with them.
Emperor lenses?
It makes sense. Your master is capable of creating portals, warping space. No kobold has ever actually met them to confirm their magical identity.
Or even had the gall to touch a post-bear's goggles.
But the fact that you possess a pair confirms a suspicion long held, that there is at least one other 8th magic user.
I'm sorry.
It is our fault you were manipulated.
If we had returned the goggles,
Or even told you who actually had them.
you would never have been manipulated as you were.
We are sorry.
You know, I should be angry, but I'm just glad to have them returned to me.
And of your relationship with the thaumaturge.
Now that you are free, is that a path you still wish to walk?
I think I need to talk with Belinda.
Oh boy.